All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we are jumping right into the amazing world of one of the planet's most unique primates, the lemur. And trust me, these animals have a story that's every bit as unique as they look. So let's get into it.
So first up, let's talk about their name. It's got this surprisingly spooky backstory, you know? It's tied to this ancient folklore from literally half a world away.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild question, isn't it? I mean, you look at this little furry guy and Roman ghosts? Probably not the first thing that comes to mind. But believe it or not, there is a direct connection.
So, get this. The name lemur actually comes from this Latin word lemures, and in ancient Rome, that meant wandering spirits of the night. Kind of creepy, right? Well, when European scientists first saw these animals, it all clicked. They saw these huge glowing eyes in the dark, they noticed they were mostly active at night, and they heard these, well, haunting calls echoing through the trees. The name lemur just fit perfectly.
And what's just incredible is their home. Take a look at this. Every single native lemur on the entire planet lives in only one place, the island of Madagascar. That's it. From the lush rainforests to the dry, spiny deserts, this one unique island is their entire world.
Okay, so living in isolation like that means they've developed some really cool and unique features. Let's dive into their anatomy a bit. You could say lemurs come with their own, highly specialized built-in toolkit that helps them survive.
And I'm not talking about some little pouch with a comb and brush. Nope, their grooming gear is literally part of their body. And it's absolutely crucial for staying clean and, for getting along with the rest of the group.
First up is something called a tooth comb. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's not just a clever name. Their bottom front teeth have grown in this really special way. They're super close together and they lean forward, creating this perfect, natural comb. How cool is that? They use it to groom all their fur.
And to go right along with that tooth comb, they've also got a grooming claw. If you look at the second toe on their back feet, you'll see one of the nails is different. It's long and sharp, almost like a little pick. It's the perfect tool for getting to those little spots that the tooth comb just can't quite reach.
All right, so we've got a well-groomed lemur with a spooky name. What's on the menu? Well, that's the thing. It completely depends on which lemur you're talking about. There are over 100 different species.
And this chart gives you a great idea of just how varied their diets are. I mean, a lot of them are what you'd call opportunistic omnivores. They'll pretty much eat whatever they can find. But some are super specialized. You've got your fruit eaters, your leaf munchers, your insect hunters, and even some that just go for tree sap and gum. And check out some of these specific examples. They're amazing. The eye, for instance, is all about insects. It uses that super long, skinny middle finger to tap on wood, find grubs inside, and then just fishes them out. Then you have the famous ring-tailed lemur. It's more of an all-arounder, but it absolutely loves tamarind fruit. And maybe the most incredible of all is the golden bamboo lemur. This little guy can eat bamboo that has so much cyanide in it, it would be totally lethal to other animals its size. Just wow. So it's not just about what they eat. How lemurs live together is just as fascinating. They're super social animals. And the way they interact in their groups, well, it's full of all kinds of unique behaviors. So here's a fun fact. What do you call a group of lemurs? Well, you could call them a troop. That's pretty common for primates. But there's another more official name. A conspiracy. A conspiracy of lemurs. I don't know, with that ghostly name and those big staring eyes, it just kind of fits, doesn't it? You've probably seen pictures of this next one. It's one of the most iconic lemur behaviors out there, sunbathing. They'll sit right up, face the sun, and just spread their arms out wide. It seriously looks like they're meditating. But what they're really doing is soaking up that morning heat, warming up their bodies after a chilly night.
Now, when it comes to arguments, male ring-tailed lemurs have this incredibly unique and surprisingly peaceful way of handling things. It's called a stink fight. Yeah, you heard me right. It's basically a battle of smells. They have these scent glands on their wrists, and they'll rub their long, fluffy tails all over them. Then they stand off and just wave their stinky tails at each other. And the best part? The winner's usually just the one with the stronger smell. No one even has to get hurt. Okay, so within this conspiracy of lemurs, who's in charge? Who runs the show? The answer is probably not what you're expecting. And it's a social structure that is super, super rare in the primate world.
So let's picture it. You've got a group, maybe up to 30 lemurs. All that social stuff going on. Who calls the shots? Who gets to eat first? Who gets the best spot in the sun?
The females. Yup, in almost all lemur species, the females are dominant. They are in charge. And this is so unusual for primates. Usually the males are the ones running the show, but not in the lemur world. Here, the girls are the bosses.
And this quote about a dominant female named Gisela just sums it up perfectly. Sometimes, all it takes is a look, or maybe just a quick flick of her tail, to remind any male in the group exactly who's in charge here.
And finally, let's talk about the next generation. We gotta look at the babies. A lemur's life cycle is all about growing up fast, with some really dedicated parenting, especially from those boss lady females.
But before we dive in with the little ones, let's get the names right. It's pretty simple, actually. Adult lemurs are just called males and females. Their young are called infants or babies. And as we now know, a group of them is a troop, or, my personal favorite, a conspiracy.
Lemur babies start out super tiny and completely helpless. Now, depending on the species, the mom might build a cozy little nest for her infant, but more often the baby will just cling for dear life to the fur on its mom's belly for the first few weeks. Then, as it gets a little bigger and stronger, it graduates to riding on her back while she goes about her day, exploring the world together.
And man, do they grow up fast. I mean, look at this timeline for a mouse lemur, one of the smallest primates in the world. At just 3 weeks old, they're already starting to play outside the nest. By 6 weeks, they're sampling solid food like fruits and flowers. And by 2 months, they're fully independent. It's just a whirlwind.
So, from their ghostly names and built-in grooming kits, all the way to their girl power societies and lightning-fast childhoods, the world of the lemur is just this incredible story of uniqueness, all happening on one isolated island. So the question is, what part of their world will you explore next? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.